Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells, and join us in this kettlebell hold and leg hold for core stability and strength. First, we'll warm up with our kettlebell, then into the hips, and follow along for grip strength, core strength, balance, and everything that we want in our bar hybrid kettlebell workout. Let's go. Set up in a hinge position. Chop on those hip flexors, hinging on the hips, and place a single hand on the bell. Pinky side near the corner. Grip it well, firm up that hand grip, including the pinky, and pack the shoulder. Stack the shoulder over top of that wrist, pressing load into the kettlebell. If that feels safe and strong at your confidence level, no. If that feels safe and strong at your discretion, tiptoe back, modifying your stance to a 3-point plank. We'll hold, keeping the hips and shoulders square, maintain your breath, and then tiptoe forward, let go of the bell, come up, and shake it out. Stack that wrist, pack the shoulder. Let's repeat. Hip hinge. Pinky near that corner closest to you. Firm up the grip, pack the shoulder, and avoid the rotation shape I'm showing. I'll close up my shoulders, and once I feel safe, I'll continue to stack load over top. Then, at your discretion, tiptoe back, modifying that 3-point planks position. Breathe, maintain tension, then tiptoe forward. Take the time off, reset, and then shake. Let's continue working on that grip strength and core strength with our first series of kettlebell holds. Stand over top of your kettlebell and initiate that hip hinge. Take a single hand on the bell, packing the shoulders, feel the preload. From here, take a sniff in, brace, and extend. Adjust your feet as you need, and for 20 seconds, continue to hold that kettlebell. Resist the kettlebell being too heavy by pulling and engaging on the opposite side. Continue to breathe from behind that shield and pressing your feet in the ground, bracing your glutes, tension through the core aims to help. Open your stance, return the kettlebell to the floor, come up barehanded, and fun wiggles to reset. Alternate to the other side with our hip hinge, single hand on the bell, resist the rotation, find the preload, lift, find your preferred stance, narrow or wide, what works for you. If the kettlebell is too heavy on that side, either get a lighter one or start to pull through the opposing side. Core tension. Keep the breath for 5 more seconds. Then we'll open our stance, return the kettlebell to the floor, and then up with bare hands. With your balance aid at your side or challenge yourself in center, let's work on some of our hip movements next. Stand tall and pull a single leg up the standing leg. Stay low at that ankle or challenge yourself to the knee and hold for 10 seconds. Our tailbone is reaching to the back as the knee is reaching to the front, and with control, we'll return the leg to the floor. Repeat one last time, cramp up that standing leg, pull up the other leg or the gesture leg, and then continue to flex the hip, bringing the knee towards the ceiling, cramping the standing leg. With control, return to the floor. There will be a weight transfer as you shift weight to one side and then continue to pull up. Give the standing leg a good squeeze, flexing the hip, bringing the knee to the ceiling, and the tailbone is reaching towards the back. Aiming to hold for 10 seconds, we'll return the leg to the ground with control. And again, cramp that standing leg, pull up, stay low, but flex the hip as allowed, keeping the anterior tip of the hip, tailbone to the back, knee to the front. Slowly release, controlling to the floor, and wiggles to reset. Stick with that low position if that's challenging enough for you, or continue with us as we bring that up to the rack. We'll stand over the bell, much the same as before, but this time we'll adopt our pistol grip. My right hand will go on, the left hand over top, packing shoulders, preloading, and then zipping up into our rack position. Change your feet if you need. A narrower base might be more challenging. Grip the bell with the hand. Vertical through the forearm, packed through the shoulders, always engaged, always firm and connected to the floor. Hold for 5 more seconds and then adjust your stance. 2 hands, return to the floor and up, barehanded. Repeat on the other side. Hip hinge, single hand, secure with the pistol grip. Take the breath, zip up the body and hold and rack. Avoid the slouchy. Find the way that we're active through the core, connected to the ground with our feet. Clench those glutes, brace those abdominals, continue to breathe. Groove this rack's position to allow us to press next. Open up the stance, 2 hands on the bell, return to the floor and up, barehanded. All right, let's continue the hip flexion holds. We'll bring it to the front, just like before, but this time open to the side. Keep those hips nice and level, either the dorsiflexed or plantar flex foot is appropriate, and for 4 more seconds, continue to lift that knee up. Then ride the leg down, then close the hip for the feet to face forward. Repeat again, flexing to the front, cramp the standing leg, open to the side. Maintain our breath, create tension and connections to the floor, and then with control, extend and close, wiggle, and say, don't kick your kettlebell, and same thing on the other side. Flex the hip with control. Keep that standing leg engaged as we open the knee to side or second. Hold, continuing to create tension on the hip flexors, and then down, stiff knee, close the hip. 1 more time to the front, hip flexion, then open to the side. The knee could face 3 p.m. or somewhere between midnight and 3 in that quadrant on the clock. Hold for time, create tension, and own the return to the floor. Shake it out. Continue with your low hold or the rack hold, or if you know that overhead hold, let's implement that here. For that, I'll stand right over top of my bell. Again, it's that pistol grip. Preload, zip up to the rack, and core tension to overhead. Modify that stance if you need. Squeeze your butt cheeks and maintain that rib to hip connection. Grip with the hand up top. Stiffen the elbow and make sure these shoulders are down, engaged to that armpit, resisting the urge to shrug your shoulder. 5 more seconds. Continue to maintain integrity through this movement and then adjust your stance as needed. Pull that kettlebell down with control. 2 hands on, return to the floor. We reset with the wiggle. Let's repeat. Chop, pistol grip, zip up the body. Yep, full body tension to our press. Adjust your stance as needed. Narrower could be much more challenging, as could a super wide stance. Maintain that shoulder pack. We all have our dominant and non-dominant hands. Challenge yourself on both sides. Breathe, squeeze, connect to the floor. And in 5 seconds more, we'll slowly pull down, grooving our press, returning to the rack, and safely returning to the floor. Add those wiggles. Hip extension or to the back next. For here, I'll do my quarter turn as well. Keep those quads nice and parallel and lightly kick your bum with the heel. Again, the dorsiflexed or plantar flexed ankle is appropriate. Reach back. Keep a posterior tuck of those hips, reaching back through that hip extension, and with control, straighten the knee. You may roll over that toe underneath. Repeat. Without bringing the knee forward, flex the knee, bending. Then extend the hip to the back. Cramp up that standing leg. Find your balance or use your aid off to your side, and then gently extend, roll over the toe, and bring it forward. Personally, that's the hardest. We'll try that again on the other side. Keep those quads parallel. Lauren's side profile gives that the best. Bend a knee of your choice, point the foot or the karate foot, your choice as well. Then cramp up the standing leg and reach the elevated leg, that gesture leg, to the back. Hip extension, feel the butt cheeks. Then slowly extend, roll over the toes, and bring it underneath. One more time. Bend the knee. I have my pointed foot, and with my posterior tuck of hips, ribs to hips, extending the hip, squeezing the glute. Hamstrings are bound to feel this, but amplify the tension in the hips and glutes. And then we'll straighten the leg, roll over the toe, and under. We went from easy, medium, towards hard in the holds, and we'll bring ourselves back down to the rack position. Challenge yourself in any hold that you feel appropriate for you today, returning to the rack with the pistol grip. Right hand pistoled left, zipping up the body, holding for time. Full body tension. We can add variations to this by stepping right or left, transferring weight forward, or taking our load for a little walk around the room. Hold for 5 seconds more, always creating tension, finishing with control, and returning to the ground. Reset with a breath and a wiggle. Same thing other side, pistol grip, cheek clean up to that rack. And again, stay in one place. Find a different stance or walk around the room just a little bit. Always staying in control and feeling that pull and push through the floor to stay strong. Hold for 5 seconds longer, then the 2 hands on, return to the floor and up with bare hands. One last exercise for those leg holds. Sidestep that bell, nice and tall with the feet in parallel. Flex the hip to the front, bringing the leg up to standing leg. Then extend. Then reach out to the side, tap down, and bring the leg underneath. Let's do the same effort to the back. Extend the leg with a straight leg out the back, then lift off, bring the leg out towards the side, tap down, and bring under. Final time to the front, flexing the knee first, flexing the hip. Then extend the leg, reach to the side of the room, and then tap down, close. To the back, hip extension, reach off the floor as allowed, then turn out of the hip, bring the leg to the side, tap, and pull in. Make sure those kettlebells are out of the way, and we'll repeat that one last time on the other side. Flex the hip with a bent knee, and then unfold to the front. Round or reach out to the side, and then tap and pull. To the back. Extend the hip to the back, lift off the floor, then the external rotation in the bell, avoiding the bell, external rotation in the hip, taking the leg to the side, and then pull under. One last time as we'll bring the knee to the front and then to straight. Open the leg to the side, then tap and pull. And lastly to the back, extend with a straight leg, then reach out of that hip towards that side or second position, tap and pull and shake. Final hold for today. Let's keep it low. Maybe walk around that room for our last set. Hip hinge, single hand on the bell, core brace, and pick up. Take those steps forward or back. Take the time as we walk around and work on our grip strength and our core stability. Maybe a step or two more, and then get your favorite stance. Hinge, return to the ground, and up. And one last time, hip hinge, 2 hands, yep. Then maybe take that hand away. Own the kettlebell. Build endurance with your grip strength. Saying hello to a heavier bell or a new bell with the grip holds is great. And just grooving that this is a safe, strong bell, also rewarding. Open your stance, return the bell to the floor, come up barehanded, and we'll wave goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us in this kettlebell and leg hold workout for core strength. Have a great day, stay strong, and train soon. Goodbye.